Hello everyone, my name is Adrian Sofei. I'm a Romanian actor and filmmaker. I'm the director, producer, writer, and one of the stars of both We Put the World to Sleep and Die Bully Die. We Put the World to Sleep is my second feature film and Die Bully Die is my third feature film. And they are both at this moment only partially funded. But I'm gonna come back to this funding issue a little bit later. First, let me tell you about Be My Cat, a Film for Anne, which is my first feature film. That one premiered in 2015 at Fantasporto International Film Festival in Portugal. Then it went to numerous other international film festivals. I won the award for Best Actor at Nashville Film Festival. I also won the award for Best Film at a Night of Horror Film Festival in Sydney. That movie, I was also director, producer, writer, and star for that movie. You know what? By the way, the movie also received great international reviews. Like, it was called one of the top 5 best horror movies of 2016 by Dread Central and other publications. It was called by Blumhouse one of the top 5 new intelligent found footage films you need to see. It was called the most revolutionary found footage film since the Blair Witch Project. It was called Terrifying by Austin Chronicle. So all these great reviews. It was recently acquired by a distributor and it's going to be released on most of the major VOD platforms in the United States. So all this success with my first feature film, normally I was thinking like, hopefully for my second feature, because I did that movie as well. I did it with the help of 3 crowdfunding campaigns. So after the success of the movie, I thought, okay, now I will be able to do other movies with a production company with a much bigger budget, in a more classical way of filmmaking. Well, I cannot do that, and there are 2 reasons. One is called found footage. The second one is called improvisation. I am doing my movies based on controlled improvisation. I do not have a script. You know how I did Be My Cat? For years in advance, before shooting, I worked, I think, 8 hours, 10 hours, or even more, 12 hours a day, constantly on creating all the circumstances, all the psychological circumstances, all the physical circumstances, whatever you want, all the circumstances possible that would lead during shooting to what I want to have in the movie. And even 1 year before shooting, I lived in character, and the same things. I tried to create this universe, this parallel universe, this parallel reality, so that when I start shooting, that reality will develop by itself. Like, we won't know what will happen. Me and the actresses, I had also 3 actresses in that movie. We won't know what will happen during shootings. We fully plunge into this improvisation, but it's an extremely well-controlled improvisation, but not consciously controlled during shooting. We are totally free. We are totally creative. Life happens exactly like it happens in life, okay? The life in the movie happens exactly like our life is happening, like right now, the way I'm talking to you, okay? Like, nothing is scripted. Everything is real. It's really like a secondary reality, parallel to our reality. And at the same time, it's extremely well controlled by all those efforts years before shooting, efforts of controlling the circumstances for that fictional reality. This is how I'm working. And this is so much necessary for the found footage concept. I believe in the found footage concept because, for example, in a traditional filmmaking, in a traditional film which is not found footage, they spend huge amounts of money on expensive gears, expensive camera, expensive effects, expensive color correction, everything, to make you forget that what you see in a movie is seen through the lens of a camera. They make huge efforts with directing, with angles, with lights, with, oh my God, to make you forget that they shoot through the lenses of a camera, that you see everything through the lenses of a camera. Well, in found footage, you don't need to do that, because the camera is integrated into the story. One of the characters in the movie is filming. He's filming himself or herself, or he or she is filming somebody else around, okay? So the camera, the fact that you see through the lenses, is already justified within the story of the movie. So therefore, you don't have any element. In an ideal found footage film, you don't have any element whatsoever to remind you that what you see, it's a found footage, that what you see is a film and not real life. You don't have any element to remind you that what you see is fiction. And therefore, you can fully empathize with what you see and with what you hear, okay? And for that also, it's this type of improvisation, this type of controlled improvisation that I'm using is also so essential. But, and this is, I'm coming now to funding. It's almost impossible to convince a production company to finance you a movie where you do not have a script. The film industry, okay, doesn't have a way, although like you are working like hell, like you are preparing this project for years, like you struggle so much, you cannot have a job. It affects your personal life, it affects everything, because you are living in this, you are already living in character, you are living in this movie, all you are thinking is this. So you know that when you start shooting, you will have this extremely powerful, authentic thing that will go to so many festivals, that will win awards, that will be so good. Yet it's impossible. There is no way to convince a production company. They want a script. That's the only thing that they want. If they do not have a script, if they do not have a story, if they don't already know what will happen during shootings, they cannot give you the money. And there is no system in the film industry for you to show these efforts, these creative efforts, all these years of huge efforts that you do to prepare the circumstances. Everything that I'm explaining to you right now, a producer, a production company wouldn't understand these things. Or I don't know, hopefully somebody will understand it now, I don't know, and will help me do this movie, okay? But mainly I'm counting on you, on people who have this passion, who have this huge passion for film, for contributing to a cause. I'm counting on people, on normal people. I'm not counting anymore on producer. I'm for this project, for these two projects. I'm not counting on production companies, because it's impossible to make. I feel it's almost impossible to do it this way. That's why I really need your support to make these two movies the way that I want to make them, the way I think they should be made, and I don't see any other way for them to exist. What I can offer in exchange, please check in the campaign, the list of perks. I tried to do a campaign before, for example, and it didn't work very well. I tried to put perks as low as possible so that everybody will be happy. Everybody who wants to contribute, who wants to help, will be able to help, and at the same time will get I think good perks in return. For example, only for $5 you can receive VIP streaming, meaning if you contribute that amount, I will share with you the private screener for you to watch the movie. The private screen that is only normally it's only for the team, for you to watch the movie before release. And there are multiple other perks like signed DVDs, or in case we will have a Blu-ray released, a signed Blu-ray, links to download the movie, even a thanks credit on the end credits of the movie on IMDb, executive producer, associate associate producer credits. And by the way, that's a very interesting thing. You can select, for example, if you choose a perk that has both streaming, download, and DVD. For each of these 3 items in a single perk, you can choose a different movie. For example, when you select the perk, you will have the option. Let's say you select VIP streaming for Die Bully Die, DVD for We Put the World to Sleep, and download again for one of those 2. So you can really have both movies in a single perk. Also, you will see in the links, if you want to contribute even more. For example, the highest contribution that I put here is like $500 for the associate producer credit and $1,000 for the executive producer credit. If you want to contribute more via donation, you can donate more. But if you also want to contribute more and also have something in return, having if you want to have a share of the revenues, there is also the possibility for you to invest in the movie, but this is not related to the campaign. I put a link in the campaign for those of you who want to contribute more and to invest with a contract and receive a share from the revenues. And again, even for investment, you will be named executive producer or associate producer. I want to tell you now a little bit more about the movies, okay? We Put the World to Sleep is an apocalyptic feature film with some sci-fi elements. It's about 3 idealists who embark on a mission to bring the world to an end. Why? Because they are really, they realized that that life is an endless chain of pain, and most probably this chain of pain is never going to end, because life itself developed through conflict. Life itself developed through natural selection. Like the vulnerable is being crushed and the powerful and the strongest succeed. This is how life, like the base of everything we live, this is how it evolved on Earth. So it evolved, life itself evolved in a very ugly because life has no morals, okay? So it evolved somehow in a totally immoral way if you compare it to morals. Okay, by crushing the vulnerable, and then the strongest wins and takes everything. Okay, so that's why animals eat each other. That's why we kill each other, and so on. And it looks like that this chain is never going to end. This chain of pain. So what these characters want to do, they want to bring the world this eternal peace. They want to bring to the universe actually this eternal peace that existed before life. And that existed before life and before awareness and before consciousness, before everything else. This peaceful nothing, you know? This is what they want to achieve. And I want what I want to achieve with this movie is this paradox between them being so positive and idealistic and wanting to save the world from pain. And how do they do that? They do it by creating the ultimate destruction. Having the ultimate ideal, the ultimate positive ideal. How do they achieve it? By doing the ultimate destruction. I love paradox in movies. I love to really make the audiences uncomfortable. I want to make them, I want to shake them out of their comfort area, out of their preconceived ideas, out of all the, how should I say, all the dirt that exists in the human psychology. I want to wash it away with a shock. I want to make people think. To make people think about existential things. I want to make everybody think about metaphysics and what the hell is with us in this world. Okay, what's with this universe? What's with this existence? What's with life? What's good? What's evil? Where do we go? What do we do? Okay, this is what we put the world to sleep. The second project is Die Bully Die. This is more personal. This is I would call it a revenge horror, return to horror actually, because my first feature film, Be My Cat, was horror. And this is about a guy in his 30s, played by me, who at some point realizes that his most of his issues in life, his anxiety, his social anxiety, his fear of socializing, of people, most of his issues, most of his misfortunes in life are due to the bullying that he suffered when he was little. Like, the bullying really, really fucked up his mind. And so he reaches a point in which he thinks, okay, my life is fucked up. If I will go ahead from now on, no psychologist will be able to fully help me to recover, because there were years, a huge number of years of bullying and abuse, starting from kindergarten, school, and high school, and college, and so on. No psychologist is going to repair all that. And he thinks his life is already fucked. So there's only one thing to do. Go and track down everybody who bullied him and get revenge. Okay? As there was a psychopath I saw at some point in a video on YouTube saying like, oh, like, I have no love in my life. All I have left is hate. You know, constant reminder to hate, so on. Anyway, this is what this guy has only hate and revenge into his soul. Okay, and goes to take revenge on, and actually goes and knocks on the door of people who were kids, were like 5 years old, 6 years old when they bullied him in kindergarten. Okay, and the movie will have a twist, of course, because you know, because I'm working on this improvisational way, I kind of know what will happen in that twist, but I don't know exactly how that thing will happen. Okay. I know what I want to achieve, actually. Sorry, I know what I want to achieve with that twist. I know the concept of that twist, but I don't know exactly how the twist will be exactly in practice. Because definitely he will go through something. He will go through a process. He will go through a change. He will learn things. And it will be a very, very interesting study, I think. And also it will have this comedy, a little bit like Be My Cat, because it's this guy and goes to take revenge on people that bullied him in kindergarten. Okay, just imagine the guy opening the door and, hey, do I know you? Yeah, you bullied me when I was little, remember me? Pam! Like, oh my god, what the fuck, you know? It will have this thing, don't worry, it won't be this only this art movie, psychological. No, it will have a lot of fun. And I look forward to it. I want to tell you about the team very quickly now, because I'm keeping this video too much. Okay. The team of We Put the World to Sleep is me as the director, producer, writer, and in the lead roles will be me, my wife, Duru Yücel Sofei, she's also a script writer, and Eris Peterson, an American actress who won the casting call for this role back in 2015. You can check out her audition, it's really incredible. And also we have Jay Sorensen, who's a huge horror and indie movie supporters. She contributed to so many independent films, and I'm so grateful. She contributed to both Be My Cat, a film for Anne, and We Put the World to Sleep. She's the executive producer now for We Put the World to Sleep as well. And also Danha Younes, she's as well executive producer for We Put the World to Sleep, and she's also an actress. The team for Die Bully Die, right now it's not yet it's not yet set. Because I will immediately after I finish We Put the World to Sleep, I will start working on that one and do a casting call and gather a team. That one will be smaller, will be a much smaller project. Both projects are partially funded. We still need a lot of money to both shoot We Put the World to Sleep, edit it, send it to festivals, then shoot Die Bully Die. We will cut on costs because I will shoot Die Bully Die with the same equipment. You will find details about the equipment in the description. I will shoot Die Bully Die with the same equipment that I used on We Put the World to Sleep. We still need a huge amount of money for all this. The minimum that we need, that we still need right now on top of what we have in order to shoot We Put the World to Sleep and move forward is $3,000. So practically the goal on this campaign is already the bare minimum goal. And my wish and hope is that you will understand me and empathize with me, and that you will be interested in all these perks. You will be interested in becoming part of this team. You will be interested in becoming part of a revolutionary way of doing films, of doing movies. Okay, I really hope that I will reach the goal, and I will even surpass the goal with this campaign, so that we can really make the movies the way they should be made. Thank you so much, everyone. Please share as well if you can contribute. Wonderful, please, and also please share. But if you cannot contribute, no problem, you can still help by sharing the campaign, by writing to your friends and family. If you want to help us a lot but you cannot contribute at all, you can even write to newspapers. Maybe you know somebody, maybe you can I don't know. There are so many ways that you can help us. And thank you so much. Thank you for listening to this long introduction. Bye bye.